Welcome to the Bagmaker's Workroom. I'm Chris of Simply Classic, and today's Thursday, April 9th, 2026. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We go live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you can't join live, watch the recording on YouTube at any time. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video or when we go live. So we want to take a minute to say hello to a few people. Carol Blake says hello from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We have Liz Stiegel. She is in Laverne, California. And then Mary Riggins says hello from Virginia. So thank you all for taking a few minutes out of your day to spend with us. We really do appreciate it. We know there are a lot of choices out there, and it's great to spread the love, and we appreciate you spreading a little love towards us. So here's what we have planned for today. We are going to start by going over what's new in the Simply Classic Scoop. Then I'm going to show you our featured pattern, the Sienna, some perfect pairings with that. I'm also going to show you my favorite bag making tools from Harbor Freight. We're going to talk about the history of John Romain bags. We're going to feature our customers' bags in Artistry Avenue. And finally, we'll give away some patterns and do a Q&A at the end. So before we get started, please take a second to click the thumbs up button below. It really does make a difference, and I appreciate it very much. So now it's time for the Simply Classic Scoop. And this is where I tell you, what's going on here at Simply Classic. And the first thing, which I'm sure you've noticed, is we are in a new recording studio. So this is something that's been going on for a while, and we haven't mentioned it, so it's really a surprise. And this is, of course, the first night in here. We're honestly a little scattered tonight. We're going to, of course, make some improvements along the way as we go, but we are really super excited about it. When we bought the property, we had basically 3 buildings on it, an office building, a warehouse, and then this other random building. And we did not know what we were going to do with that other building. And so what we decided eventually was that we were going to turn it into a recording studio. It's a pretty small building. It's just 1 room. And we renovated and had it finished up. And so now we're in. So we got a little maneuvering to go, but I really think that it's going to be great. We're super excited about it. We're hoping that we can do a little bit better with audio and lighting and all that kind of stuff that we've had challenges with in the past. And we're just excited to share it with you. So let me know your thoughts on it. It's always exciting when you have something new to walk into. We are also going to post tomorrow an unboxing video. So I got that new industrial machine that I had talked to you all about a few times, and haven't told you what it is, but you're going to find out officially now. It is a Barracuda Command 700 BW straight stitch machine from Reliable. So Reliable is an excellent company. I'm sure a lot of you know them from irons, right? You heard of Reliable irons, and they also make sewing machines. And this sewing machine is a machine that's all contained. So basically what that means is you can travel with it. It has a carrying case that is on wheels that you can take it with you. Great for retreats and different things. You basically bring an industrial machine with you. So again, in the unboxing video, you'll see a short on it tomorrow. And it is, you're going to show you all the cool things that come with it. It was real, meaning I literally had not opened the box before I did the video. So my reactions are real on that. And I'm really excited. I'm excited to show you some videos on it. I'm hoping it's going to become one of my, main machines I sew on. I'm sure it will. And we should have some videos coming out on that really soon. So again, we're just going to call it the Barracuda straight stitch machine from Reliable. So I also want to remind you about our live streams over the next few weeks. As always, we will be live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And these are the topics that we have planned. We're going to talk about top handle bags, rolled handles, integrated handles, and more. So if you have any questions about bag handles or topic ideas for the future, let me know in the comments. Next up, I'm teaching another Banda class this summer. It's our introductory leather class where you can learn all of the fundamentals of leather bag making. If you've never worked with leather before, this is a really great place to start. The course is completely online. It includes 6 pre-recorded video lessons, 3 live Zoom sessions with me and your fellow students where you can share your progress and get any questions answered. We will also send you a class kit with the materials you need to make the Banda bag. That's going to include the leather, the lining, the hardware, the stiffeners, also the glue, the applicators, base coat, edge paint, and more. So again, if you have never worked with leather before and you just want to try it, you don't want to make a big investment, you just want to try it to see if it's something that you might want to pursue, this is a great class because you don't have to go out and buy anything. We provide it all. The kit colors are this beautiful apricot color. We have some apricot hair on hide, a very little bit that we're going to use. And then we also have red, a dark red color with black hair on hide, and then a blue with blue hair on hide. So Sandra Punt says, can the leather Banda be made on HD9? Absolutely, yes, it can. It is the HD9 is a great machine for that, and you'll be able to make the entire thing on it. Yeah, you sure can. So check out our events page or the link below to register. If you have any questions about the class, please let me know. We're here to help. And I know a lot of you have been waiting for this. So we don't have, I think maybe we have, I'm going to guess, 3 kits of the red and maybe 4 blue, 4 apricot. So we're actually waiting for a shipment of leather to come in, and once we do, we're kind of low on leather, but we're going to restock and we're going to have some really cool things. So we're excited about that. I also want to mention about our upcoming retreat. We're calling it the Simply Classic Experience. This is a 5-day, or really I guess you'd call it 4.5-day retreat here in Thompson, Georgia, that I'll be hosting in June. It will be a small group. There are just 10 spots in total, which is great because that means I can spend more time with each of you. The class is already over half full. So keep that in mind. If you're interested, you might want to go ahead and register. We're going to be making the talise using real leather. And the talise is this bag here. This was our subscription box pattern. Not this past one before. And the thing about the talise is it's really customizable. And the thing that makes this retreat different is that we are not doing any pre-made kits. Instead, we're going to basically let you build your own kit with the materials that we provide. So on day 1, you're going to come to Simply Classic headquarters. You're going to get to do a little tour. We're going to go into the warehouse and you're going to pick leathers that you want for your bag. So it's definitely going to be a one-of-a-kind bag. We have some really great leathers coming. As I mentioned, we have a shipment coming in. I think it's going to be really some cool things, especially for this part of the bag. Now, of course, you can do the bag, with the pocket. You can do it with the hardware going down the front. We can do something totally different going down the front. This is going to be your bag and your retreat, and we really are excited about you making bags the way you want to do it. We have some really special leather picked out for you, so we're excited about that. It should be here shortly. But of course, you're welcome to start cutting and stabilizing our pattern pieces after that. So industrial machines will be provided by Danny from Measure and Cut, and we'll have all of the tools and notions you need. Danny will give a presentation about the machines before you get started stitching, and you'll have a chance to get comfortable with them before we start making our bags. So if you've not ever used an industrial machine, it's really a great retreat for that as well. Throughout the week, we're going to have various activities. On Tuesday, for example, I'm going to show you how to make a mystery braid using leather. We're also going to have some games, more presentations, and other activities throughout the week. I just put together a more detailed agenda for the retreat, which you can find down below. So go ahead and check that out. One of the things is Wednesday evening, we're going to be inviting all of the attendees to our home for dinner. My husband and I would like to, provide a little bit of social time for you, dinner. And then, of course, on Thursday evening, you're going to be able to join us for our Thursday live stream. We'd love to invite you into the studio. You can either be on camera or not, however you like, whatever you're comfortable with. But I'd love to have all of you join me on camera where you can talk about the retreat and show off your bags. So next, I want to talk to you about the sew along. This is, we're going to have a Zara sew along, okay? And we're doing this with Shanova Mabry from That's So Nova. Nova and I teaching or going to be doing a hack using the Zara pattern. She's going to be doing that really cool, like twisted handle, and I'll be doing the front stripe panel. So you can choose whichever version you want to make. And this time, you could actually do both if you wanted to, because they're so different. You could do, it's just one doesn't really have anything to do with the other. So it's really a perfect time to do both. It is going to be on Tuesday, April 28th from 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll also be sending the recording out to everyone who registers. So if you can't make it live, you can still sew along with us. The link to register is down below. So before we move on, we need to pick our giveaway winner from last week's episode. So as a reminder, we give away a PDF pattern to one person watching live and one person who watches the replay. So we have the name of everyone here. We're going to switch to the overhead. And we asked you, what is a simply plastic pattern or pattern hack that you'd like to see a sew along for in the future? Okay, so here, let's have a little fun. Let's dump these out. And let's choose. Oh, so Nyasha. So Nyasha joins us for our songs, and she says the Alley B. So congratulations, Nyasha. You have won a pattern. So make sure that you email us within the next 30 days. Let us know that you've won, and we will go ahead and get you your pattern. Make sure you email info@simplyclassic.net, okay? So next we're going to go over our featured product, and that is our new pattern of the week, and that is the Sienna crossbody. So we have a Sienna crossbody right here. Of course, we have a few of them here. And this is actually a real leather one. I love this one. It is an embossed ostrich, and it is just so soft and beautiful. So this is a really great leather to make this bag. We're going to show you some of it in just a minute. The PDF pattern is on sale for $12.49 right now. That's $7.50 off the regular price. The discount is automatic when you add the pattern to your cart, so you don't need to enter a coupon. It's really one of our most popular patterns because it's a perfect everyday bag. Very customizable. There are 3 different sizes to choose from. They're all in the same pattern. And there's 3 different styles of flap. Again, all in the same pattern. All 3 bags measure the same width and the same depth. What's different is the height. So the large is 10.5 inches tall. The medium is 9, and the small is about 7 inches tall. So the Sienna, again, as I mentioned, also has 3 flap options. It includes, number 1 includes a thumb pull. And you could edge coat that if you'd like, or you don't have to. Both options 2 and 3 have edges that are turned under. For the closure, I recommend a thumb lock. We carry a slim and wide versions in bronze, nickel, and gunmetal. And you can see some of the examples here. Hardware kits are 10% off this week. So it comes with, the hardware kit comes with the slim thumb lock. So I've also seen people use turn locks or magnetic snaps on the flap. And those are really great options as well. So we are going to go to the overhead, and I'm going to show you the Sienna. So again, the Sienna is made with that thin thumb lock. It's really a beautiful thumb lock. The back, there's no pocket or anything, but you can certainly add one. It does have an adjustable, it is a crossbody, so it's an adjustable strap. Now, because this is leather and I did not have a full length of leather long enough for a crossbody strap, I ended up having to use a buckle on this one. It's perfectly normal and okay to do. When you open it up, you have two magnetic snaps. Let me pull this out. And then inside, of course, you have a slip pocket on one side, you have a zipper pocket on the other, and as always, we have our key fob. This is the medium that you see here, and the sides train in, okay? So what you'll have to do is, once you make your Sienna, you're just going to go ahead and push these sides in and kind of squish it down, and they'll train in, okay? So it really has a cool shape. We love the Sienna. It's really a great bag. And you will see next week, we have a sew-along. And I'm going to show you a hack for the Sienna. We're going to eliminate the flap, and we're going to turn it into a zip top bag. Okay, so just like this one over here. Can you believe this is the Sienna? So the zipper, I actually have two zippers on here. Okay, so you can open it this way, two zippers, and you see I did a little bit different crossbody strap. This is the large version here, but I'm going to show you all of the pattern changes and everything that you need to make that zip top version next week on the sewing episode. So again, the PDF version is $12.49 until August 22nd. So now it is time for perfect pairings, and this is where we match some of our leather and faux leather with lining, thread, and hardware. And if you're ever unsure about what goes together, feel free to reach out via email. We are always happy to help. So for our faux leather pairing, these are the materials that I used for this Sienna hat. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab. We're going to go to the overhead. This is our blue-gray ostrich, and it is so pretty for a spring and summer bag. It's like a very bluish gray color, really gorgeous. We recommend blue lining. We recommend gunmetal. I used gunmetal, and it really came out great. And then, of course, black thread with that, and it just makes a really beautiful bag. For leather, we're going to do just like the leather I showed you earlier. We recommend this embossed lamb. Is light brown, the light brown color. It also comes in dark brown. The light brown is really great for spring and summer. We recommend using the Tiny Dots Khaki by Tilda, bronze hardware, and then of course we recommend the Fusion 45 or 70 in the dark brown color for this. So we think whether you're making a Sienna or any other bag, it would be gorgeous. Now, this light brown embossed ostrich is 10% off this week. Again, it is a lambskin leather. It is 0.6 millimeters in thickness, so it's really thin, domestic machine friendly, really a great leather. If you're a little concerned about it, you cut this with a rotary cutter and a ruler, and you will be able to make the bag no problem on a domestic machine. Okay, next, we are going to move on to sharpen your skills. And this is where I would like to kind of share some tips and tricks and techniques of how to become a better bag maker. And today I want to talk about some of the most underrated places, or we're going to specifically talk about Harbor Freight, to buy things for your workroom. I visit Harbor Freight a lot for a couple of reasons. One, because they have good quality products for reasonable prices. And two, it is literally right down the road. Okay, it's really easy for us to say, oh, I'll be right back and head over there and get what we need. So most of us have heard of Harbor Freight. But, I don't know if you're aware of what kind of useful things there are. I love to just go in there and walk around. It is really great. This is not sponsored by Harbor Freight. This is just things that I think are really helpful that, you might want to consider. So for those of you who don't know, Harbor Freight was originally a mail order tool business. In the 1980s, they opened their first retail store, and they sold return merchandise at a discount. Now they're located in 48 U.S. states, so chances are good that you have one near you. They sell a bunch of in-house brands and products that they source directly from manufacturers, so they're able to sell high-quality products at lower prices. Now, I wanted to go in and film myself kind of going around the store and showing you and my favorite products. But when I asked the manager, he said we really couldn't do that, which I understand. We certainly don't want to disturb their customers. So instead, took some photos of my favorite products. And I'm going to show you what they are here and tell you a little bit about them and why I like them. And so we are going to take a closer look now. So first thing I want to tell you about is super glue. Now you're thinking, okay, what's so big about that? They've got a ton, okay? They have all different kinds of glue there. They have regular super glue, they have gel super glue, they have quick setting and epoxy, they have industrial strength epoxy, they have all kinds of glue there. And you see they come in these different variety of packages. I really like those little like one-use packages that you see there on the left. They're just, if you need some super glue, they're so economical. Go to Harbor Freight. This is something we use all the time in the warehouse. Goof Off. Oh my gosh, we use it so much. We keep it on hand and it works wonders. Of course, it removes glue, grease, anything sticky. Ink, it is just fantastic. It's safe to use on paint, chrome, metal, fabric. I mean, it is just fantastic. And this is a really great size. $7.79, you can't go wrong. Now, Harbor Freight's version or Harbor Freight's, I guess you could call it, brand is Pittsburgh, okay, Pittsburgh products. And I really love this little hammer. It's tiny. It's only 6.5 inches long. And I use it a lot with leather. Okay. So when I am working with leather, a lot of times I will actually hammer my seams. And this hammer does not have any grooves in the head of the hammer. So as you're hitting your hammer, it leaves no mark on your hammer. And it's small, it's compact, it's easy to use. It's $3.99. Can't go wrong with that. This rotary punch tool is about half the price of comparable tools on Amazon. It includes 6 hollow bell punches, anywhere between 5/64 to 11/64. It's zinc plated and it has a steel punch holder with a waste storage inside. Now, one thing I'm going to say about this is the neck. So basically where you put the fabric in is not that deep, but for all of my strap connectors, you know, straps, anything like that, it works great. And what I like about it is that it doesn't open up super wide that, you know, I can't grab it. So I must have little hands or something, because a lot of times when I go to use these, they open up too wide and I have a hard time just grabbing the handle itself to push it together. And these aren't that way. So I really do like this rotary punch, and it's only $7.99. Okay, pliers. I use pliers a lot when I sew, in a lot of different ways. These are 5 1/4 inch needle nose pliers. You don't necessarily need to go that big. They have some that are smaller. But what I like about them is, just like the hammer, they don't have grooves in the plier part, okay? And what makes that nice is that if you are having to try to get a little bit of leather or faux leather through a hole and you can't quite grip it with your fingers, you put the pliers in there, pull, and it won't hurt or ruin your leather or faux leather. We also use them to open up links for chain, and they don't scratch the chain because they don't have those grooves. $2.99. Okay, you can't go wrong with these. So we have a bunch of these little pliers and they work really great. Now, look at this. They have a set of a 5-pack of scissors. Now, of course, we wouldn't use these scissors to cut our leather or our faux leather, but we sure would use them to cut paper. And as you know, part of pattern making and bag making is cutting paper. I mean, I cut paper almost as much as I cut fabric. So this is a really great set. You have 5 different sizes of scissors here. And some of them, that big one is even slightly angled. Okay. They're stainless steel. They have a non-slip grip handle, and why not? I mean, for $6.99, that's, you know, a little over $1 a pair of scissors. All right, this thing is amazing. It is a magnet. So, you know, when you're trying to put in a little tiny screw in either an O-ring, you know, or a zipper end or something like that, and you drop the screw, and it is just, you can't find it, right? You're on your hands and your knees, you're trying to find it, and you just cannot find it. Well, this little telescoping tool, you can like kind of wand it over your floor, and actually you'd be pretty amazed as to what sticks to it. You're going to find all kinds of stuff you lost. It expands to almost 30 inches, fits in small spaces. It has a steel grip or foam around the steel, the handle there. And for $5.49, it's going to definitely help you find those little screws that you tend to lose. Aluminum rulers. I don't like using wooden rulers. Yeah, I don't. And these Pittsburgh aluminum rulers are really great. They're lightweight because they are aluminum. There's a hole in them so you can hang them, really easy to store. And they're, in addition to the sizes you see here, they also have a 48-inch version available. And what I like about them is you can actually get one that is, you know, the full like 60 inches. And so you can lay it like on your full piece of faux leather and cut a handle straight across without having to take rulers and hip hop them down the faux to get your handle cut. So we really like these. So speaking of storage, Harbor Freight also has some excellent products for organization. And, you know, well, let's face it, we cannot have enough organization in our workroom. So these here are Yukon stackable bins. And the fact that they're stackable makes them fantastic. They're lightweight, they're plastic. I like that they're kind of see-through. Okay, they're not like a color, solid color. And you can actually mount them on the wall as well. So these are really fantastic, and they're $3.99 a piece. 12.25 inches deep, 8 inches wide, and 5 inches tall. So you can fit a lot in there. We also have this Voyager tool caddy. It is a 12-inch tool tote. It has 18 pockets, okay? That's crazy. Heavyweight polyester. It has a soft handle for easy carrying. And, you know, you can put your scissors in the side pockets there, your rotary cutter, pliers, like we just talked about. And there's so many different things that you can put in this thing, and you can just pick it up and carry it around to wherever you need to go. And it just makes it really nice. Now we're going to kind of go into something a little bit larger. This is a rolling toolbox. A lot of times when we think about toolboxes, a lot of us think about Home Depot or Lowe's. And while they have great products, Harbor Freight has this Yukon brand of toolbox, and it's much more affordable, $359 for this. We actually have one in the warehouse, and we're able to store all kinds of stuff in it. We actually use that nice wooden tabletop as well for things. When we go to shows, we take it with us because it's on wheels. We're able to put our register on it. We're able to put bags in it. It's really a great affordable option. It has that little push handle there. And so if you're really looking for storage and something you can move, they don't move super easy. I mean, they are on wheels, but you know, they're not one set. I think it's the front set or back. I can't remember which set. It's not like rotating wheels, so you have to kind of take wider turns. But the fact that it has a solid wood top, I really, really like it. The outside is rust resistant. It has a 1,200-pound storage capacity, okay? And those casters are heavy duty and they do lock. Now, Cool thing that you can get for it is this little magnetic spray can screwdriver holder. So what I'm picturing in there is 505 spray or some kind of adhesive spray. I'm picturing, little screwdrivers. I mean, all kinds of little things that we use in our workroom. And all you have to do is stick it on the side of your cabinet and you've got what you need. It has 6 rubber coated magnets to avoid scratching your metal cabinet. And you can see here it holds 2 spray cans and up to 5 screwdrivers or small tools. And of course, we would probably use it for, again, I'm thinking of adhesive spray, maybe some glue bottles, applicators, whatever. It would really be a great thing to have. Along the same lines, you also have this cup holder. It's the same rubber coated magnet as the last one, so it won't scratch your cabinet. And hopefully you don't have 24 pounds of water, but it actually has a 24-pound weight capacity, so you can really load it up. You can add a big container in that. But how convenient to have these magnet things that you can stick on the side. Now, magnet hooks, let me tell you, hooks are amazing, right? We love hooks. And these are magnetic hooks that you can stick on the back of your cabinet as well. Now, if you don't have a cabinet, you can certainly just get a magnetic board mounted to the wall, put these hooks on there, and then you can hang all sorts of things, rulers, scissors, double-sided tape over the hook. I mean, there's so many things you could do. And these are specific ones have a 25-pound weight. Well, I'm sorry. These actually have a 4-ish pound weight capacity. The ones I'm about to show you are super large, and these have the 25-pound weight capacity. They come in some cool colors. So, if you buy a red cabinet, you can get red hooks if you want, or you can just color code it. I think it's pretty cool. These actually swivel 360 degrees. So again, whether you have it on a cabinet or you might have it on some other, magnetic board or something, these are great. You can never have enough magnet things. So anyway, I think that those are maybe some different things than you've seen in the past. I know a lot of people do Harbor Freight videos, and when I was walking around, I was like, there's a lot of things here that I don't ever see people talk about, and I think that they're really useful. So I hope that helped you some. Go visit your Harbor Freight and get what you need. So now it's time for Thursday Thread, where I share a sewing or design story. Sometimes we talk about iconic bag designers that everyone has heard of, and other times we talk about handbag brands that have just kind of been lost to history. And today we're going to talk about a now defunct brand called John Romain. So some of you might remember John Romain bags because they were very popular in the 1960s and 70s. They were considered a status symbol in a lot of communities, especially among teenage girls. John Romain bags were often made from a combination of leather and either linen, tweed, or straw, and they had a really big influence on American handbag trends. The company was founded in 1959 by John Romain, a Belgian designer who had recently immigrated to the United States. Back in Belgium, John's father had run a successful handbag business for 3 decades, and so John decided to carry on that legacy in America. His designs were a big hit, and the brand skyrocketed to success. John himself became a celebrity of sorts. He stood at about 5 foot 2 inches tall, but he was larger than life. And you can see him here with some of his teenage fans who happily waited in line to get his autograph in 1966. So as I mentioned, John Romain bags were not made of just leather. John liked to pair leather with specific heavyweight linen fabrics that could only be produced at 2 mills in the entire world, both in Belgium. That 100% Belgian linen became the brand's signature. They created a linen tweed and used linen in their handbag linings. If you look at the bag on the right, here you'll see a unique shield and dagger closure. This hardware was found on some of John Romain's bags in the 1960s. And let me just comment about this. I really like the look of these bags. I love the look of linen with leather. And, for a while we carried linen, and it just got to a point where it was so expensive to import in, and it was just impossible. I mean, it was going to end up being $30, $35, $40 a yard. And so we stopped doing it. But I really think that if you can get your hands on some kind of linen like this, it makes a beautiful bag. Straw and wicker were also common materials found in John Romain bags. Here are two examples. You can see that the handles and other leather pieces are attached with huge rivets. By the 1970s, structured leather bags started falling out of style to, favor slouchier designs. John Romain decided to sell the company in 1972, but within a few years, the new owners went bankrupt. So John and his son Mark repurchased the business and tried to bring it back to its former glory. What happened next is really unclear. The company definitely survived for at least 15 more years. We found ads like this one from 1988 that proved the company was still around. However, they were not in the trendy, kind of cutting edge brand that they once had been. And eventually they went out of business altogether. So today, vintage John Romain bags are collector's items. You can still find their iconic tweed and linen designs on resale markets, sometimes in really excellent condition. I'm not sure what became of John and his son Mark, but there's no doubt that they had a big influence on modern handbag history. I love covering these lesser known brands, but it's obviously harder to find information about them compared to Chanel's and Dior's of the world. So if you happen to know anything else about this company, or if you've had a John Romain bag when you were younger, let me know in the comments. So next, it is time for Artistry Avenue, and every week we choose 3 bags that were posted in the Simply Classic bag making community on Facebook. If we feature your bag, you will get a free PDF pattern of your choice. You have up to 30 days to email info@simplyclassic.net to let us know which pattern you'd like. So now let's take a look at this week's artists. So Deborah made this amazing Sienna. She chose to make the flap with the thumb hole, and she used a wide thumb lock. I love the color of this. It is absolutely gorgeous. She centered, you can see here, she centered the kind of crocodile pattern, and you can certainly do it that way. Or of course, in the pattern, when we originally sent it out, we actually had it off-centered some, which is what the inspiration was when I found the bag in Italy. It's really beautiful. You did a great job, Deborah. Dawn is very talented upcycler. Look at this. I've shown you some of her bags before. She usually works with denim, but this time she used upcycled old leather jacket to make her Sienna. And she made it asymmetrical. And basically it's just the flap, but you can see how it makes it asymmetrical. I love that the flap is truly her own design, right? I mean, it's just, she probably just took the leather, did what she could with it, and made it unique. You can see in the back, it looks like she had to piece some of the pieces together there. She did a great job with it, and great way to use what you have, right? And you can still make absolutely gorgeous bags. So great job, Dawn. So Karen made this Sienna, which it looks like she used our aged faux leather, which has this gorgeous kind of imitation patina effect. I love the simplicity of this bag. She pretty much followed the pattern here. You can see she used the thin thumb lock, which was great. I like the interior, very, simple. Okay, it looks like she might even use our crisscross gray. I mean, really a beautiful bag, very summery, very, very gorgeous. I mean, this bag, you just can't go wrong with. So thank you so much to our featured artists, Deborah, Dawn, and Karen, for making your bags and sharing them. Don't forget to email info@simplyclassic.net within 30 days to let us know which PDF pattern you'd like. So before we move on to our Q&A, let's talk about our giveaways. We're giving away 2 PDF patterns of your choice. We'll choose 1 live stream winner and 1 from the chat, or 1 live stream winner from the chat and 1 on the replay. And you have to leave a comment on the replay video. So if you're watching live on Thursday, here's how to enter. All you need to do is type the word April, like the month, April, in the chat. Please only enter the keyword 1 time, and we'll pick a winner randomly while we do our Q&A. This is open worldwide. If you're watching the replay, you can also enter to win. Just leave a comment that includes your first name and your answer to this question. What is something in your stash that's almost too special to use? I have a feeling a lot of you are going to say leather. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear you using your leather. But regardless, if that's the answer, that's okay. But what is something that's almost too special to use? I know that, a lot of us have a favorite fabric and we're just so, we don't want to cut into it. It's just so special. Anyway, let me know. I'd like to hear what you have to say on that. So we'll randomly choose a winner on next week's episode. So we're going to take a look at our questions. Angie on YouTube asked if I have a tutorial for applying grommets because she struggles when installing grommets on the booster bag. She also asked what to do if you have the handle, like the cut up, the holes too big. Is there a fix? And, there's one thing in sewing that's really almost impossible to fix, and that's when you've cut something incorrectly. It's hard to get it back together. And so if your holes are too large, it's really going to be hard to fix that. What I recommend, we do have a tutorial, and I think that even if you go to the booster bag, I believe in that tutorial, I actually install the grommets and the grommets that we have. We actually have a 1/2-inch hole punch that fits our grommets perfectly. And if you go on our website and you look under Tools and Notions, you'll see it there. And all you have to really do is to take that hole punch, hit it 1 time or a couple times to get through your faux, and then the grommets fit through the hole perfectly. I mean, they're absolutely, it's going to be worth, tool's not that expensive. It's going to be worth getting that tool so that your grommets are easy. I really like the grommets we use now too, because there's no little screws. Okay. A lot of times those screws are really a pain. All you have to do is put them together, kind of push them together with your hand and then hit them with a mallet and you're good to go. So Diane says, I'm so excited. I just scheduled my Banda class in apricot. Congratulations. That apricot is going to be beautiful for summer. I actually found some of that apricot in my personal stash, the hair on hide, and we tried to match it with the leather we had, and it matched perfect. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is great. So I'm glad you got yourself one. I'm glad you get yourself that one. I think it's going to be good. So Zena says, hi, Chris. Which glue do you recommend for attaching faux leather to foam? So when I am attaching faux leather, that's a really good question. Faux leather to foam, I'm usually getting ready to quilt it. So I will use some 505 spray, which is a temporary adhesive. Go ahead and stick it on there and then quilt it. And then essentially the stitches hold it in place. Now, if you're not going to do that, if you don't want to quilt and you just want to attach the foam and use the foam essentially for stabilizer, then I recommend using like some heat and bond. Basically, it's a product that you iron onto your faux, then you peel like some of the paper off, and then you can iron your foam right on top of that. Okay, so basically it's a double-sided adhesive, for lack of a better word. Okay, great questions. So let's see if we have a winner. And we do. So Lisa Layton. So congratulations, Lisa. Please email info@simplyclassic.net within the next 24 hours to let us know that you have won and let us know which PDF pattern you would like. You get any PDF pattern of your choice. So thank you so much for joining for the Bag Makers Workroom, and make sure you join us next Thursday, April 16th for a sewing episode. Again, we are going to hack the Sienna, and we're going to put this zipper on the top. We have a couple little pattern changes, which I show you how to do. And I show you this really cool way to add a zipper. There's no, and I know it's kind of hard to see here, there's no zipper tabs on either side. So we're really excited about that. Don't forget to submit your Simply Classic makes by posting them in the Facebook group or emailing info@simplyclassic.net. And please remember to click that thumbs up button on your way out. Until next time, everybody, happy sewing.